This podcast is brought to you by Most Valuable Podcasts, leading the league in podcasting entertainment.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. This is the Primetime Podcast. I'm your host, Sean Anderson. Alongside me, as always, is Dave Oster.
You almost got it.
I almost did. I'm going to roll with it, though.
Hey, everybody.
Because you are Dave Oster.
Hey, everybody.
I'm throwing pens. Ricky Widmer is not here because it's not the Fastbreak Podcast, and he's on a month break. That's going to be ending this week. After this week, Ricky will be back on the Primetime Podcast doing his damn fucking podcast.
You gotta pop the finger pistols.
That we kicked him off because the kid does like 10 podcasts and just probably needed to take a break.
I figure, yeah.
We'll see what happens. We haven't really talked about how he feels after the break, but I think he's itching to get back to it. So we'll have Ricky back next week, and then we'll figure out more of a schedule on who will be on what and who will be on the Primetime Podcast with Ricky. But we have a great show for you this week. We're going to be talking about RJ Hampton foregoing his college eligibility, foregoing going to a college or university in the States, and going to New Zealand to play for the New Zealand Breakers in the NBL. We'll talk about that and his decision. Then we will play hit or miss. We will literally just go through the 30 kids that were in our mock draft last week and just say, will they hit at this projection? Yes or no? And it's going to be fun because in 2 years we can go back and be like, wow, we were dead fucking wrong.
I literally spent 2 hours today listening to our former NBA draft mock.
Yeah?
Surprisingly well.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
I read through the comments. I read through some hot takes from way too early. Somebody went back there and smashed somebody on the, like, you know, how you feeling now about Zion not going number 1? It was like, Jesus, okay, kid.
No, we were wrong. And I will admit I was wrong. And I think we admitted that mock draft number 1.
We did.
And then next we'll do, after that, we'll do Hills We're Willing to Die On. So Naz Reid is a top 20 prospect. You can't tell me nothing. He is going to be one of the best players in this draft. Fuck off.
I'm surprised you stopped at 20. I'm waiting for 10.
That's fair. 5, honestly. 1. Yeah. He's better than Zion. Those are hills that we'll die on, and an example of a hill we'll die on later in the podcast. Before we jump into all that, though, check us out on patreon.com/mostofapodcast. If you want to check us out and support us, we got the bronze tier, the silver tier, and the gold tier. Our Discord has been popping off recently, so definitely check that out. But Dave, I think I've been talking enough. Let's jump into the actual podcast, and let's start off with RJ Hampton, the high schooler from Texas, chose to go away from the NCAA. He had offers from Duke, Kansas, some other schools in there, I think Memphis as well. And he decided to go to New Zealand and play for the New Zealand Breakers. And this is nothing new exactly. We've seen this from different players for different reasons. Emmanuel Mudiay, one of them. Brandon Jennings, one of them. We throw out Terrence Ferguson. And most recently, Brian Bowen, who's now going to be in this upcoming class. All of them for different reasons. RJ Hampton, though, going because he wants to play professional basketball and he wants to make money. Doesn't really want to go to the whole college thing, and even said on Get Up that he is smart enough to go to college. His mom had a master's degree, so it's just about playing basketball. So let's talk about it. Is this a smart move for RJ Hampton?
It could be a smart move for him, and I'm so already on the fence on this one. It seems like, yes, being 100% all in on basketball, I like something about him just coming out and saying that, like, yeah, it's not about the education for me. I want to go play basketball professionally. That's what I want to do. That's my passion in life. I respect him for that because a lot of the time we go back to the, you don't go to college basketball isn't about school. College football, not about school. I don't go to college to play school. I think it was the famous quote from someone at Ohio State, quarterback a couple years back. Right?
JT Barrett? No, not JT Barrett.
It was somewhere in that grouping of 3 quarterbacks, I feel like.
Braxton Miller.
Could have been.
It's I know who it is. The kid who played for Buffalo. Fuck. Just keep talking.
EJ Manuel?
No.
I'm just trying to think.
He went to Buffalo, but he was in Florida State.
Oh, okay. You said Buffalo.
Cordero. Not Cordero. Fuck.
This is embarrassing.
Keep talking.
Point being, I can't blame him for it. I think it is a good move for him if he's all in on basketball. Cordell Jones.
Okay.
Huge arm.
Cardell Jones.
Thank you.
That's right.
Huge arm. Missed that guy.
Chargers now.
He ain't playing.
He's on the Chargers now.
I think that you can't go wrong with going international at this point in time. It's a matter of time till we get rid of the one and done rule. So this is really just kind of cementing the fact that if there's a way out, kids these days will take it because that's not the only way to get to the NBA is through college. Yes, your skills are showcased at a national level for everyone to see, but going internationally, I think there's a chance that he'll learn from professional players playing against grown men. We talk about it all the time for the Euro players, how it's different. But I don't know as far as going to this New Zealand team. Yes, it is a step down from a lot of the top Euro league, but it's still grown men playing basketball, which you're not going to get in college.
Here's what I'll say. And also shout out to Cardell Jones, who on October 5th, 2012 tweeted out, why should we have to go to class if we came here to play football? We ain't come to play school. Classes are pointless. Football school,
that was amazing.
Pointless, all in caps.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest thing with this, and the biggest thing that I take away from this is he immediately tanked his draft stock. Just immediately. I mean, you went from the ability, and let's just look at this realistically. Yep. Luka Doncic was the most polished draft player in recent draft history, probably in the past 5 years. In our mind,
longer than that, yeah.
At least looking at this, this kid most polished coming out, and he went third. And why? Because there's just an inherent idea that European leagues are worse than college. And even if they're not worse, even if they are better, and I think we can agree that the EuroLeague that Luka was playing in was better.
Yeah.
The fact that you are just going away from the media, from the country, from the actual landmass is immediately going to take yourself, RJ Hampton, out of the minds of scouts, of us dumbasses, of media, immediately taking yourself out of that picture. And even if you are going to light it up overseas, it's still going to tank you. If you went in and put up 20 points in the NCAA, that is much better than going over to fucking New Zealand and putting up 40. And it doesn't matter if you have the body, if you have everything, it's immediately just going to discount you because you are not playing at the level we are used to. Or it's not the level that is high in our minds.
Also, the expectations. I mean, you're saying even if you want to drop 40, like most of the time when these kids go over and play internationally, they're not dropping crazy numbers. They're getting a share of minutes, but they're not in a starring role the majority of the time. So expectations for them, those numbers might not pop off the screen for people who can't get to watch all of your games because you're playing, literally on the other side of the planet. They can see, stat sheets. So a lot of, I don't want to say like non-analysts, but like outside observers, the media, everybody, it's just like they're going to go off of, he's playing in Australia, putting up, like 7 points a game, 4 rebounds and an assist. Like, why would I take that guy in the top 10 of my draft? Like, it's so much harder to make a case for yourself at the top of the draft when you don't have, like you said, that media spotlight on you. You don't have the game tape readily available. I know you have been digging through finding Sekou and Boya, all complete game stuff, because for the longest time, it's like, okay, we had his under 16 game, we had his under 18 game, and then you were just, really hard pressed to find full game. It was a lot of highlight clips out there, which don't give you what you want, to accurately judge a prospect. So when it comes to playing internationally, I think draft-wise, I agree with you. It will hurt his draft stock, but if it's for him, it's his choice to go play internationally. And if he feels like he gets more out of playing as a professional player, good for him. I don't really have any problem with it. I don't disagree on the draft stock thing.
Here's the thing is I don't have a problem with it. If he wants to go over and do this, it's his life, it's his choice.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna bash it. But if this is a move for the NBA, you immediately hurt it. You should have went to college if you're trying to help your draft stock.
Yeah.
It's that simple. You probably should have just, even if you didn't want to go and play for a certain team or whatever, and you didn't want to play in college, you should have stayed in the States and worked your ass off like Mitchell Robinson did, or went 5 years in high school like Anthony Simmons did, or did what Darius Baisley did. And did something with
we're seeing a lot of alternate
company.
Routes.
Yeah, I mean, I think going overseas is just hurting your draft stock. He can build it up without a doubt, and it doesn't mean he's a bad player. It doesn't mean he's not going to be a good NBA player. None of this is dependent on what his actual talents are, or what his actual ability are when it comes to what his actual abilities are when it comes to a basketball floor. This decision doesn't affect that at all. Mm-hmm. It's just going to take you out of the mind of these scouts and of these GMs, and it's going to be harder for you to go and watch them. It's going to be harder for them to get a feel on you. It's easier to fly a dude from California to New York and go and watch you, or California to, fucking North Carolina if you're playing at Duke. It was
way
Kansas,
harder, I think, for him. But
it's way harder to go be like, hey, we're going to take you out of commission where you're not going to be able to go to some of these tournaments and watch 15 guys at the same time. If Kentucky, North Carolina, Duke, and Michigan are all playing together, we're going to have to fly you out to New Zealand to watch one single guy. Does not make sense to me. And even then, they're not going to be able to watch you on television easily, readily available.
Yeah.
They're going to have to dig through and get these, archives of footage. And even then, it's going to be difficult to actually get a better feel for what you are. They'll probably see, 3 games as they spend time over there in RJ Hampton with like a week of him, and they might see, like you were saying, 25 minutes of him play in those 3 games. Yeah. Where, you can go to Kansas and you can watch 3 games of him in a week, all within, 5 states or whatever, or 3 states, and they'll probably get 20 minutes a game. And you get 60 minutes of watching, RJ Hampton if he went to Kansas.
Yeah. And it's not that like. I know every front office in the NBA can send their scouts internationally. That's not the problem. It's really getting the higher ups in the front office to see the eyes because they're the guys at the end of the day who make the decision. And from everything, it sounds like, all the ones who've come out and talked publicly, hilariously, Magic Johnson recently, but a lot of the higher ups in the front office talk about how, yes, you read through the scouts reports, you talk to these guys, you value their opinions highly, but watching them play is what sets you over the top. And trying to get one of those execs to go internationally is a whole nother story.
Well, and another thing too, it's just like think of when you're getting a dinner recommendation and someone's like, oh, you can go to Le Fleur Les Jacques. It's this 5-star Michelin restaurant with this great cuisine, or you could go to Portillo's and get a beef and cheddar croissant. Here's the thing. Is that going to be a new experience, trying something new at Jacqueline? I fucking forgot what I said.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be a new experience that might be way better and way more prestigious than a beef and cheddar croissant from Portillo's. But holy shit, have you had a beef and cheddar croissant from Portillo's? It's homely. It's something that I'm comfortable with.
You know what to expect.
It's
you got a gauge of everything. You know what to get.
It's easier to digest fucking Bill Self basketball than it is New Zealand Breakers basketball in the NBL. I mean, come on. It's just a bad move for his draft stock. And just to rattle off, if you're not, it's fine that he wants to go and do this for his own professional career. Go ahead and do that. But even then, let's just look at some of the guys that did do this move. Brandon Jennings, obviously, pretty much one of the first guys to actually do this exact move. Certain guys came out before, but Brandon Jennings was like the first guy that was a straight up, top recruit, then went overseas. He went to the Italian League. Enes Kanter technically did it as well. He had dual citizenship, or he was Turkish, but he was born in California. He decided to go overseas and moved to the United States in 2009, started playing senior basketball here, went to Kentucky. Sorry, I screwed that up. He played professionally in Turkey, then came to the U.S. in 2009 and played senior year of high school in the States, then went to Kentucky, but was barred from playing due to his previous time spent in Turkey. So he really didn't get a chance to play over here. My bad on screwing that one up. I'm just kind of going through these. But Jeremy Tyler, Ricky Lido, Cristiano Felicio, Emmanuel Mudiay is one of them. That's a kind of the big one.
I remember Mudiay in his time in China. I remember covering that with you guys.
Yeah, there's some weird ones just because like I'm just literally going off Wikipedia. They don't have Terrence Ferguson either, but the 3 ones that stick out to us are Mudiay, Ferguson, and Jennings. Jennings went 10th, Mudiay went 7th, and Ferguson went 17th.
Yeah.
And so far, if we can gauge it, Mudiay's on a second team and not really looking like a star point guard or a starting point guard. Brandon Jennings isn't in the league anymore and had a good year once, but that was
his
on a
play
bad
style
Bucks
isn't
team.
conducive to winning basketball games, as it turns out.
Terrence Ferguson's still a project. He's extremely athletic, developing a 3-point shot, but he isn't a guy yet. He's a project still.
Agreed.
So it's not saying that it cannot work. RJ Hampton might be the guy that comes over and be the first one that will work.
Yeah.
But so far, it's just tougher to make that jump into the NBA, whether it be from college, whether it be from taking a year off, whether it be working personally, or whether it be coming from overseas. Make it easier on yourself and stay in the States. Just do it. Make it easier on yourself. Because the 3 guys ahead of you that are blazing that trail, I mean, they made money. Brandon Jennings made a decent amount of money, but no one's really talking about Brandon Jennings as a massive success. No one's really talking about Emmanuel Mudiay as a massive success.
Nope.
Terrence Ferguson might be that first massive success. RJ Hampton might be that massive success, but that's a 25% hit rate if RJ Hampton hits and Terrence Ferguson doesn't. So
it's asking a lot, long term on his career to first step, potentially the wrong step in a lot of people's eyes. I think that's the other thing is like, it's just tough. You said the odds are against him. The eyes are not looking at him. So realistically, do you have an idea, like expectation wise, if he hit like X stat line, you're thinking between 10 and 20 is the top. There's zero chance he goes top 10 now. You're pretty much locking that out.
I think it's going to be very difficult for him to go to top 10 because we could look at the top 10 now of last year's high school rankings and just the way that everything's changed.
It flipped.
You look at what happened, and if you obviously take just all these prospects too, like John Morant wasn't a highly rated recruit. You see what these guys do in college, and that moves them up the boards and up and down, and it's going to be so much difficult to get a gauge on what RJ Hampton can do next to these guys, and it's going to be so easier to compare the other guys where moving these guys up and down is going to be way easier. And if this draft already is so loaded, you have Wiseman, you have Nico Mannion, you have
literally you can just name Memphis and you have 5 players in the top 100. So that's just dumb. And
that's the thing is just like I don't know if it's going to actually help him in the long run. Because Jalen Leck was also one of those highly recruited guys in that high school ranking too.
Yeah.
And now he's going in the second round because, again, you didn't see what he can do in college. And maybe it is such an arbitrary idea to go to college and play basketball and not be able to make money and possibly risk your pro career if you do get injured in college, which would be extremely unfortunate. But at the end of the day, it's just kind of a bullet I think people have to bite if they do want to be a top star in the NBA draft.
Yeah.
Not in the NBA, but in the NBA draft. Because Mitchell Robinson proved that you can be a very dominant player and not have to play in college.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that if you want to make it easier on yourself, and if you want to give yourself that head start and already be in a top 10 player in the draft, just go to college.
Do you think, and last question on this one, on my end, do you think it has anything to do with the fact that Kansas had a disappointing year as far as their top talent this year? You had Quentin Grimes, who busted so hard in college, went back and entered the draft or the transfer portal, I believe.
Did he?
That's what I'm hearing. Devon Dotson, again, very good, very good and talented high school player.
Yeah.
Goes back to college. Celio De Souza goes back to college. Like, you returned 4 guys. And I wonder if that's
that'd be more intriguing for him to go there.
I mean, less minutes, less opportunity. You got older guys there who were highly ranked before you, so you think that they're going to get first stab. I don't know, but I mean, it's not like other schools wouldn't be interested in you.
Yeah,
you're a top recruit.
I don't know. I don't understand it. I mean, it's just one of those things where, again, at the end of the day,
showing up to 4 gen ed classes really that terrible? Your freshman year of college. That's all I can think about.
I don't really know what I don't know what the move is really. Because
he said in ESPN he's going back to college later in life. It's just he knows this window is so important to him. Which I'm like, if you know it's that important, then why don't you go to New Zealand / Australia to play in the Australian League?
Why don't you go to the EuroLeague?
That would be interesting.
Like, why aren't any of these guys going to the EuroLeague? Brandon Jennings went to the Italian League. Ferguson went to the Australian League. And
Moutier went to China.
Why aren't any of these guys going to the actual competition, which is in the fucking EuroLeague?
Yeah.
And maybe Euro teams don't want them. That could be a thing. I'm not going to make that argument, but if you want to actually learn basketball, if you actually want to play if you want to play against professionals, if you want to learn a shit ton of fundamentals and be up against like guys who used to be in the league and like were really good or decent players in the league and just probably didn't want to come over, a la Rudy Fernandez, shout out to the GOAT. He's 34, his knees are kind of banged up, but go over to the EuroLeague. Like, it helped Luka. Like, look at the player Luka is now. He's, he shouldn't be this good, but he is that good because of his fundamentals and what he learned.
He's been playing professional since he was 14.
Yeah, and the professional mindset that he learned. And yes, you're not going to be able to get that same rich, experience that Luka had. But I think, it's probably something where, RJ Hampton probably didn't want to learn a new language. And have to deal with Spanish teammates and have to deal with learning Spanish to communicate with his teammates. Going over to New Zealand, it's easier to understand them because it's a largely majority speaking English country. So I don't know. I think it's a bad move for his NBA draft stock. Not for his career because it's too early to tell in his career. But overall, we've seen guys that, yes, 2 out of the 3 guys that we named Jennings, Moutier, and Ferguson went in the top 10, but also looking back on those drafts, they weren't that loaded. This one that's upcoming can be extremely
looks pretty
loaded.
good. Looks pretty good early on.
I think it's a very iffy call from RJ Hampton, but we want to know what you think. Let us know down in the comments below. I could just be a bumbling idiot, which I probably am. But we'd love to hear what you think, too.
Yeah.
I also love when people take and misquote us, because apparently we said Trae Young is a 2-guard in one of our NBA mock drafts, which, why the fuck would we say that? Like, maybe we misspoke, but obviously we're not that dumb. We are dumb, though, so let us know why we're wrong in the comments down below. But let's move into the next topic, Dave. RJ Hampton, maybe we'll be in this topic next year when we do this, but we kind of want to be able to set a baseline for ourselves on a video that we can go back to and be like, all right, were we right or were we wrong in our projections? So we're looking at all
How
this
stupid
stuff.
are we going to look in 2 years?
Exactly. I look probably stupid now. You look like you're looking at my hair. Is my hair fucked up?
You got like a little fuzzy stuff. You got it.
Oh, okay,
there was
cool.
a fuzzy in there. Oh,
All right, cool.
Yep.
Is it gone?
Yeah, I think you're good. Yeah, you're good.
All right, cool. Anyways, what we are going to do now is we're going to do hit or miss. I set projections, and Dave and I are just going to answer. Are they going to hit or are they going to miss? So like an example, first one, and Dave, you don't have to answer it now.
Yep.
Zion Williamson, projection, MVP. Will he hit that mark or will he miss that mark? So this is pretty much just a way to boil down hot takes into just the most minute detail that we could possibly
We're setting
do.
a bar for you, and we're calling hits or misses.
And this is as high as we possibly think. This is an achievable bar. Number 1 picks being MVP, not crazy, right? So that's the thing is we're trying to set bars that are very high, but definitely within reach from where you are selected. So we're not going to be like, oh, MVP for Talon Horton Tucker, right? No. Hey, maybe that is his ceiling, but probably not going to set it there. But also just to put this out there, I went off and did some research. In the past 10 years, there's been pretty much an average of 3 All-NBA players from a draft. And then there's also been at least 1 All-Star that hasn't made NBA, an All-NBA team. So pretty much 4 All-Stars from each draft over the past 10 years has come out. So that's why I have some All-Stars in the top 5 are All-Stars in there. But there's not like a ton of all-stars down below. So if you're like, oh, I do think Rui Hachimura can be an all-star, well then just say hit for his projection. Yeah, that will still work because you think he's just gonna overachieve. But anyways, I think it's gonna be fun. We'll see how it turns out. Yeah. All right. So let's start off with Zion Williamson. Projection MVP. Is that gonna be a hit or miss, Dave?
This is so fucking hard.
In 5 years.
That's the first one to go down. Oh, you're capping it at 5 years?
No, I'm saying in 5 years when we look back at this, because we're not going to look back at this in 10 years. In 5 years when we look back at this, are you going to be like
confident that Zion
like sweating?
Is like close on it?
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be the MVP. I don't think he wins MVP. There's like such a game around it, the drama, the controversy. If every year the best player in the league won it, maybe there'd be a guarantee because Zion has that potential to be like the most crazy player in the league.
Most exciting.
Yeah, but I don't know that he'll win MVP.
Yeah, I also put a miss there too, just because I don't know if he will be able to be a good enough passer to win it, and I don't think he's going to be that deadly of a scorer to win it. And that's the thing that we kind of see is being able to fill up the stat line completely. Yes. And I think that he can be a massively impactful player, but I could see him being like a 25, 12, and 5 guy. Now, is that enough to win MVP?
Fat Kevin Love didn't get love for that.
No, but Giannis did. So it's kind of like, but also Giannis ended up being like 27, also one of the best defensive players. So
60-win team. Like, there's a lot that goes into that.
Exactly. And if he wasn't on a 60-win team, James Harden would run away with it. Yeah. So that's the thing where, and Giannis was even being debated for being MVP too. I think all 3 of us picked Harden. Yeah. So that's the thing where I'm going to also lean miss just because I don't know if he's going to be that LeBron or KD-like scorer or that LeBron-like, ball mover like LeBron is.
I mean, or just a point where he can carry a team to 60 wins. I mean, that seems to be, if you're not in the top 3 or 2 of your division, also, or conference, I should say.
Can he carry the Pelicans to that, because that's the one player that we know for sure that's the team he's going to.
Yep.
I don't know if he can do that on the Pelicans, and maybe we'll see 6 years from now, like it's
Anthony
7
Davis
years.
is gone.
Yes,
and,
I'm saying like maybe in 7 years we'll see him leaving, demanding a trade like Anthony Davis.
Don't put that on them already.
No, but
I'm
saying like that's the way that he would be away from New Orleans. Like, and for the next 7 years for sure he's going to be in New Orleans. Can he bring New Orleans to that level and win MVP? I'm kind of iffy on it.
All right.
Let's move now to the next one. Ja Morant, All NBA. You clearly are very vocal about this.
I wrote the word hit 3 times for those who obviously don't have access to the sheet. All NBA. There's enough spots in there where he hits every bar on that stat line. He is an excellent rebounder for the point guard position, amazing facilitator, and a good scorer. Which I don't know. I don't want to name drop here, but I was watching a group of people talk about him, and I think they termed it as a left-handed, like he's a natural righty, but he shoots with his left hand, or natural righty, whatever.
Ambidextrous?
Yeah, he is ambidextrous. It feels like, but he's shooting wrong-handed. Ben Simmons-esque.
Yeah.
It was the Ringer. I was trying not to name him, but I'm like, I clearly lost where I was trying to talk. So
yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about.
The Ringer on their 2.0. They dropped that line. And I was like, his shot's not that bad. Like, I don't know what you guys are talking about, but Kevin O'Connor, they've got it clearly in their minds. They're like, hey, this is what it is. But I think that he has got the stat line. I think he's going to have the work ethic. I think he's going to continue to grow his game. And if he's going to end up in Memphis, he's going to have a great career.
I think that he's going to have a great career. I just don't know if he's going to be. I put miss for this one. Mm-hmm. I just don't know if he's going to be all NBA level. And you're right. There's 15 spots for him to possibly make it once.
Technically 6-ish because it's 2 guards.
That's true. You're right. So there's 6 spots because there's 2 guards per team. Definitely, you're pretty much saying, will he be a top 6 point guard?
Yep.
He's going to have to deal with Trae Young.
Yeah, he's
going to have to deal with Luka Doncic.
Yeah, because technically he's a 1 or 2 guard.
He's going to have to deal with De'Aaron. He's going to have to deal with Devin Booker.
Yeah.
He's going to have to deal with possibly RJ Barrett if RJ Barrett ends up playing a lot at the 2. He's more like a 3, so definitely might not be a factor into that. But those are
that's
just
in the last couple of years.
Exactly.
Yikes.
So that's going to be very difficult for him to get into the door, and I think the biggest thing that's going to keep him back from it is we look at the all first team. James Harden, Steph Curry, both guys over 28 points per game scorers at their best. That's why I don't think he's going to reach that level. Then you got to look at the next one, Dame Lillard and Kyrie Irving, both prolific scorers.
Yep.
And then you look at the next one, Russell Westbrook, who's averaged a triple-double over the past 3 years.
Yeah.
And Kemba Walker, another prolific scorer.
Yeah, I don't think Kemba deserved it this year, but that's just me. I'm on the Bradley Beal fucking fan train.
But even then, prolific scorer.
Yeah.
Over 24 points per game.
Yep.
I don't know if he's at that level. And I think
you're on the record on that one.
And if we're comparing these guys, Ja Morant versus Trae Young, at least for the guys that are probably the most similar out of the last year's draft and this year's draft, being Ja Morant and Trae Young due to their passing abilities. I mean, Trae Young's clearly a better passer.
And he's got unlimited fucking range.
He's also a better scorer.
Yep.
So I think Trae Young would probably be in that first NBA tier.
But Trae Young only plays one side of the basketball. I
don't think Ja's gonna be a lockdown defender.
Still, the fact that he's not 5'11" with no effort on defense is gonna count for something.
Yeah, I guess. I think it's gonna be a miss though. I think it's gonna be close. I think he's gonna be a top 10 point guard, but I don't know if he's gonna be top 6.
Okay,
that's the thing.
Okay,
it's gonna take it out of there for me.
And plus, I mean, Memphis. It's another thing. Mike Conley, we talk about how he is the most disrespected, always snubbed, uber talented, never gonna get the credit.
All of those guys also made the playoffs too.
Yeah,
I think maybe did Kemba? No, Kemba didn't.
Kemba did not.
Kemba was the only one.
Yeah,
but Kemba also was like Jesus for the first 2 months. So I think that's a big part too. I don't know if Memphis is going to make the playoffs. I hope they do though, because it'd be a fun team. Mm-hmm. Let's move to the next one. This one kind of surprised me. RJ Barrett, All NBA, hit or miss. Dave, what do you got?
Yeah, I wanted to go miss here. All season I've been leaning into the guy, but I think I just hit that point in the year where it's like, I've watched so much tape of you. I've watched you play every game, way too much at this point. And I think that if he ends up going to New York, there's a good chance that he ends up being, a 20-plus a point game score, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, somewhere in that range. And I'm like, that's borderline, borderline All NBA, or I'm sorry, borderline All NBA. So I think that there's a chance he can get there. A lot of this is going to depend on, the Anthony Davis shenanigans. But fit-wise, I think if he goes to that team in New York, the door is open for him. Opportunity is just like, dude, you can go light it up. So I think he can put down a ridiculous stat line early on in his career if they are unable to pull the trigger on Anthony Davis. Even if he's playing, Robin to a Kevin Durant in New York. He's got scoring talent in bunches, and if he continues to develop his game and becomes a little bit smart about his shot selection, the ceiling doesn't exist.
That's my same thinking too. So I have hit on that too. Also, Sean Marion apparently made a fucking All NBA team. So my faith's in RJ.
Sean Marion was pretty good.
He was a great two-way player,
yeah,
no doubt. But I think RJ can put up more points than good old Sean.
The competition.
The good old Matrix can. Also. Fucking what's his face was really close to making the All NBA team, Donovan Mitchell, which was not deserved at all. That dude did not deserve to be near an All NBA team this year.
If you could cut his season into thirds, his last third he was fire. The first half of the year he did not have a shot. He wasn't healthy. I know it's not. I know I'm moving the benchmark here, but
here's the thing. This is what my comparison.
Yeah,
I think RJ can just be a better, bigger version of Donovan Mitchell.
Oh, damn.
Maybe just a little worse.
Defensively?
Defensively, yes. But I think offensively, they can still be same level.
I like it.
So
I like it. This is an unexpected hot take in this episode.
Hey, dude's been my number 2 on my big boards.
No, but I mean, the Donovan Mitchell thing, because I didn't even pull that out.
I mean, the dude's fucking talented. So,
yeah.
Let's move to the next one. Darius Garland, All-Star, hit or miss?
I'm going to go miss on this one. I have so many questions about his size, about what he's going to end up being, whether his upper end, everybody wants to crown him as, he could be the next Dame. But at the same time, we've seen so many of these, 6'3", 6'2" guys come into the league who are great scorers in college, but not be able to translate that at an elite level at the NBA. So yes, he could be, an excellent 2-guard or, maybe even point guard, but he doesn't have a complete tool set. We haven't seen enough out of him that gives me the feeling that, this guy's going to be an all-star. And that's a fairly exclusive club as well. I mean,
I'm going to miss too, just for all the same reasons. And I think that if he goes to Los Angeles, it's going to be inherently more difficult for him to make an all-star team. And you might be wondering, fans get 50% of the vote. He possibly can get in. But I think the more point I'm trying to make is you're going to be playing next to LeBron. You're going to get credit taken away from you from points that you are scoring, and then also how much playing time will you be able to get, and will it be enough that garners an all-star vote within the next 3 years or next 4 years? And even then you're going to be, well, what about him outside of that? Well, if he's not playing with an elite ball mover like LeBron James, I don't know if he can create, like you were saying a little bit earlier. So I think there's a lot stacked in front of him that I will say miss as well. Cam Reddish, All-Star, hit or miss?
Yeah, hard miss. I'm sorry. It's like we talked about this guy was one of the worst volume shooters in college basketball. Yeah. He went to a blue blood school. He underperformed. He had his moments. No one can take that away from him, but I can't put an all-star tag on a player who I haven't seen, upper end rotational player on yet.
Yeah.
Right now he is, borderline, sixth man. And yeah, he's probably going to start just due to the fact that he is a rookie and you want to give your rookie time to go out there. And I think that's the right move. But he has not shown me that he can be anywhere close to an all-star yet. So yeah, that's a tough sell.
I'm going to miss too, just because for exactly everything you said.
Oh, come on. Give me something.
The reason why is just because you look at his body of work and it's pathetic.
Yeah.
It's just straight up pathetic. We've talked about it on this podcast, or not this podcast, but the other podcast, the Fast Break podcast. So definitely go check that out. Any episode, because I'm always trashing Cam Reddish.
It's not hard to miss.
Potential is an all-star.
Yep.
But I think there's a big gap from his ceiling to his floor.
Right.
We're talking about a big-ass house with Cam Reddish's potential.
I mean, the kid's got great defensive talent, and he has a fairly good-looking shot motion. Yeah. But the problem is it does not go in consistently.
Decent enough amount. It wasn't horrible.
But the problem is that's at a college level on a catch and shoot, which usually people are multiple percentage points better on catch and shoot shots than creating their own. The big argument on the counter side is, yeah, but Cam could do it himself as a creator in high school, give him the chance to do it again at the NBA level, and we'll see what happens. So question marks there, but I've got too many question marks to call him a projected all-star.
I think Cam could be a guy that if he's going to be an all-star, it's going to be after 3 okay years in the league, and then he's going to work his ass off his 4th year, and then people are going to be like, oh shit, and then that 5th year he's going to take like some massive leap.
Breakout,
right near the end of his rookie year contract.
Paul George-esque, maybe.
Flip it up. Yeah. I mean, that's been the top end comparison to him. Yeah, it would be like Paul George. Let's move to the next one. Kobe White, top 10 point guard. We're going in the order of our last NBA live mock draft, so not all of these are in order of a big board.
Yep.
So that's why Kobe White is going to be top 10 point guard, and the next one, Jarrett Culver, is going to be an all-star projection. Kobe White's be more taken because of fit, being the Suns at 6. He's a 6th guy we're talking about. So Kobe White, top 10 point guard. Hit or miss?
I've got it as a miss here, and this isn't for several reasons. One, and I mentioned this just briefly before we started recording, a lot of the things I'm hearing are that he actually is mocking closer to a shooting guard or a combo guard, which we've been saying combo guard for a while now, but a lot of interesting conversation about whether he would fit better as an off guard, not taking primary ball handling responsibilities, but he can still step up if needed. So that asterisk the point guard role, but on top of that, he has great speed, good ability to drive. My big question just comes down to, he's shorter than we expected. He's got a negative wingspan, so defensively he's not going to be great, which is already a knock against you. But if you can score at an elite level, which, again, we saw him good, but how good are you as a North Carolina player in the NBA? Which I hate to do that to people because, it's not your fault that former North Carolina players for the last X years have not been able to produce at the NBA level, but, there is something about that system where you're able to produce in college, and maybe Roy gets the best out of you sometimes, but when it comes to the NBA level, for one reason or another, you're not able to hit at that level. So I've got a couple of concerns around him, not solely on his shoulders, but there's several enough around it. Red flag.
Yeah, when we look at the top 10 point guards in the top 10 landscape now, and obviously it's going to be much different when he's well into his career.
Yeah.
But the thing that we see from these guys is the ability to be near a 18 to at least 22 point per game scorer, good on both ends of the floor, a la Drew Holiday, Mike Conley. And this is just for the low bar, not an elite scorer, just your 9 and 10 best point guards.
Yep.
Being able to be good on both ends of the floor and being a good facilitator, and I think he has at least one of those skills. So maybe he will be a 22 point per game scorer in the league, maybe. But I don't think he's got that elite or even good, defensive skills.
Yeah.
On either end, and I don't know if he can be that great facilitator that you do want in a point guard. So that's why I'm also going to say miss here. Jarrett Culver, all-star. I'll take this one. Unfortunately, it's the fucking We Agree podcast again. I have hit. You have hit. I think we're just going into the fact that we believe that his work ethic is so fucking good.
He's made such huge strides early in his career. Going high school to college and college year 1 to college year 2, being able to fill that gap left by Zaire Smith, being able to take over as a primary ball handler at times, taking over from Kerwin Roach, who, he was still there. It was just the role responsibility was definitely split very much. So
Kerwin Roach.
Right?
Texas.
Well, I'm confusing. I'm sorry. I'm confusing point guards at this point.
You're good.
I am fried.
But the thing with Culver is I don't think he's going to be like a starting all-star. I think he's going to be one of the last guys on the fucking team. I think he's going to make it, but it's going to be one-off thing. Because I think he's going to be a very good two-way player.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be one of those years like the Atlanta Hawks where every single player in that starting lineup just they're just going to dominate the
basketball.
First, yeah, I think he's going to be. I don't think he's ever going to be an elite player. I just think that he's going to be very good and he's going to be noticed, every now and then.
Yeah.
That's what I think of Jarrett Culver. And people are saying Butler-esque. I think he's going to be worse than Butler, but Butler's made multiple all-star games, all-star teams, and he's gonna for a couple more years now. I think Culver will be able to work and put himself in the conversation, but I think he'll always be the bridesmaid and never the bride, except for a couple years.
Matt Mooney was the name. I don't know why I went to Kerwin Roach, but yeah.
Yeah, well, it's right conference, Big 12.
Yeah.
Let's move to the next one. Sekou Doumbouya, 10-year starter. I think I'd compare this probably to you're looking at your Nick Batums. These guys are good. These guys are consistent. These guys have been in the league for a while. They've been, on multiple starting rotations. They've gotten big contracts, but maybe they're not like all-star levels like Batum might not be. Where would you put Sekou Doumbouya on that? Hit or miss?
10-year starter. I've got him as a miss here. I know you're incredibly high on him. I want to be high on him, but it's so hard. And like even 10 years, I started looking up like careers of Euro players, and you mentioned Batum. You look up like Boris Diaw, guys like that in that mold, and for every Nick Batum and Boris Diaw, there's another guy taken maybe not as early in the draft as we're looking at for Sekou, but there's a high flake rate for Euro players. I can say that confidently. So I think that's a big ask. He could absolutely hit the floor running and come in and be a stud at the 4 and be in the league for 10 years. But I think that line in the sand of like the upper echelon of starters for long term, it's a risky one.
The reason I have
spicy
him
meatball man
is I don't think he's an upper echelon player exactly, but I think that he's going to hit mainly because you mentioned I think he's probably going to play the 4.
Yeah.
And I think his stroke is going to keep him in a starting role. I think that's the biggest thing that's going to make sure he stays around for that long. And maybe he even surpasses that role, but I think that he can definitely hit 10 years at the lowest just because of his stroke, his size, and his ability to get to the bucket. Maybe it'll take him 2 years to get to a starting role, but if we're talking from him 20 to 30 starting 10 years, I could definitely see that happening. So I have it as a hit. Let's move to the next one. DeAndre Hunter, 10-year starter. Do we even have to talk about it?
The dude is the most
tried and true 10-year starter. If you're looking at a guy who is just like Robert Covington,
but ready-made,
opposite of Robert Covington, who didn't go through the G League, this is him.
Yeah, he's got everything you want in an NBA player. He is selfless. He is smart. He is old enough to not be a problem to your team, especially if you're trying to compete for something early on in his career, where he's being taken, probably not a problem. But there's nothing to really hate on his game about. There's just also nothing that makes you go, that kid's got that next gear to hit that next level. So I think 10-year starter, he is just going to come and fit the role like a glove and be a 3-and-D wing.
This one breaks my heart, Dave. Goga Batazde, top 10 center projection.
Miss.
No.
Miss.
Centers suck.
And I don't know what a center is going to be in 10 years.
That's the thing. It's going to be Goga fucking Batazde, dude.
So top 10 center, and I was trying to find our rankings from this past offseason to see kind of who we had there so we could toss out some names. I literally can't remember the name of that file, though.
Positional rankings.
It's literally just called positional rankings because I thought it was buried in a tab as something.
No, it's positional rankings, right?
I'll take a stab.
I'll look.
You look.
You talk.
So, Goga, you're a guy, you're higher on the Euros this year than me, which is kind of fun because last year I was so much into Luka that there was a problem.
You got me in the hype,
Yeah.
I had one Impossible Burger, and now I'm like, fuck, I want all Impossible Burgers.
Like, who needs meat anymore, right?
Exactly.
He's got an interesting game. He's playing against grown men. We've seen, again, the case for him is the line of success is there. We've seen guys come over, take the same path as far as team and performance and what he can show us, and he's got all the tools. There's nothing in his toolkit that really scares me. He's got good size. He's got decent feet. And offensively, solid. Defensively, there's some room to grow, definitely. But there's nothing that goes like, this guy's got like terrible basketball IQ. He's not like committing the worst, most atrocious fouls out there. So I think he'll be a good center. It's just once you hit that 10 to 20 range of centers, you start asking questions, and it's coin flip range.
We'll read it off, all right? Also, the fact that Jokic is only third in this list is
going to be a little embarrassing.
But whatever. No, it's not embarrassing. It's Anthony Davis, Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic, which is just fucking wrong. Shout out to Jokic. I had him at 2.
Whatever, Embiid's better.
Ricky had him at 4.
He hates Jokic.
Disgrace. You had him at 6.
I hate Jokic more. I was talking to Jake too much during the summer.
Anthony Davis was 1. Joel Embiid was 2. Jokic was 3. 4 was DeMarcus Cousins. 5 was Rudy. 6 was Cat. 7 was Al Horford. 8 was Capella. 9 was old-ass Marc Gasol. 10's DeAndre Jordan. All right? So
yeah.
I think he could be pushing that at his best. Because then you look, 11's Drummond.
Yeah.
12's Adams. 13's DeAndre Ayton coming straight out of college. 14, Dwight Howard. 15 Cantor, and then 16 Nurkic, who's probably top 10 now.
Yeah,
and that's
100%.
The thing is, I look at those two guys, Cantor and Nurkic. If Cantor could play defense, he'd be top 10.
Oh my God, yeah.
And Nurkic is pretty much Cantor.
Shit, the toughness through the playoffs. I'm tempted to just put him there. I mean, that series was insane.
And Nurkic too. It's just he's up there as well.
Yeah.
So
shit, even Adams now at this point jumps DeAndre Jordan for me.
Jumps Jordan, yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's the thing is where I think that he can be a good two-way center for you. I think that he's not going to be a negative for you either way, and I think that he's going to be, this is going to be such a thin position that he's going to be easily a top 10 center.
You've already, out of the names you mentioned, start thinking about what makes them special, and obviously Anthony Davis is fucking Anthony Davis, but the offense and defensive skill sets, Cat so gifted offensively. You talked about DeAndre.
Yeah, but
Ayton.
we're not saying
I'm just saying, like, when you think about even when you mention DeAndre Ayton, like he's a physical monster, but his offensive game is what puts him there. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I wonder, like, is that offensive game? DeMarcus Cousins, completely offensive game. He's so well rounded, can distribute, can score, can rebound. Like, it's these guys who can do it all. And you see the old guys like DeAndre Jordan, who is the rim runner, Clint Capella, rim runner. Even Andre Drummond, a guy who putting up 18 rebounds a game, like old school center, but like liability. So we don't value it as much because when it comes down to crunch time, those guys can get run off the floor. So I wonder if, because we're seeing a shift in play styles, the value may not be there for coaches, for guys like us who like to, look at the game differently.
Well, here's the thing is, look at those guys and look at all the two-way guys.
Yeah.
And the two best centers are both great two-way guys, and Anthony Davis and Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
There's not any dominant two-way players down below. There's Clint Capella, who's really good defensively and really fairly limited offensively.
He can catch, baskets right here and do that.
Rudy Gobert's the same way. Where I think Goga has more of a developed offensive game where he might not be great defensively, but I think he can be still effective defensively.
You've got him as basically like a scuffed version of Jokic right now, right? Is that a safe comp?
Because Jokic is completely different.
Okay.
Jokic is an old fucking ballgame.
Okay.
I think he's more scuffed. I think he's better offensive, and then worse offensive. If you combine Steven Adams and Enes Kanter, you'd get Goga Batazde.
Oh wow. That'd be an amazing center.
Yeah. Well, but like worse both ways.
Oh,
okay. Like if
he's a worse version of Steven Adams.
If you watered down Enes Kanter's offense and you watered down Steven Adams' defense, you'd get Goga Batazde. And I think that's top 10 center. Because you're getting a guy who can contribute on both ends.
Depends how much watered down, because then it starts screaming just another guy. That's my thought. And it depends on how much, and we'll see. Centers, we see it every year. There's guys, we joked around about Bam being, like, could he be better than Bam? Well, Bam's like a 6'9" center who is just athletic as all get out.
Yeah, we got through 10, so let's get through the next 20. So let's speed up a little bit.
Yeah.
Here, 1 second. I'm going to fix the camera. I'll throw this one out first. Tyler Hero, though, pretty much I just put JJ Redick / Kyle Korver, hit or miss.
Generic white guy, 3-point shooting comps. Miss. Those guys, it's funny, but like those guys are like all-time great shooters. Yeah. There's no doubt in my mind. Kyle Korver, incredible benchmark. He's one of the best shooters of all time. JJ Redick is a guy who has gotten better every year in the NBA.
Arguably, that's the only reason they're still in the league.
Oh, 100%.
So that's the thing is, that's the only way I see Tyler Hero make it in the league. I think it's a miss.
But I mean, those are two, top 10 shooters of all time, and that sort of was where I get to the point of like, I mean, Tyler Hero is a good shooter, and everything lines up with him. Getting better. That 3-point percentage is going to increase. His spacing increases as he gets to come off ball more. But that's a high benchmark for me. If you're saying the line is, if he's going to be in the league purely because he can shoot the three, then sure. But I'm going elite shooter, then no.
Yeah, I have him as a miss too. I don't think he's going to be an elite shooter like JJ or Kyle Korver.
You traded up for him.
Because the Sixers. Here's the thing. Again, we're talking about fit. I don't think Tyler Hero is going 11. I don't think the 76ers are going to trade up from 24 to 11. But if they do, him being on that team with those players around him, I think that's going to be a good fit. And that probably is the best place for him to end up becoming.
It would be a great fit, yeah.
So let's move to the next player, PJ Washington, long-term starter. So maybe not 10-year starter like DeAndre Hunter and Sekou Demboya's comps, but just a long-term starter, guy that can, pop in every now and then, like a Jeff Green, pretty much. So long-term starter for PJ Washington. Good idea.
I think I'm going to go miss on this one. And
here's the reason my guy's a hit. Because I literally compared him to Jeff Green. I compared PJ Washington to Jeff Green when we did comps with John. So straight up, I just said, this guy's Jeff Green.
The problem is Jeff Green is hilariously inconsistent. And like he has those games where he's like, man, he's like a mini LeBron out there. And then he has those other games where like, oh, it must be a Wednesday.
But here's the thing. Is Jeff Green still in the league? Jeff Green just recently started. And he just recently started, so...
I'm surprised you didn't go with your boy Marooks. He's like Marooks Morris.
Marooks is decent, though. Like, Marooks is more like a 10-year starter.
I know.
Where Jeff Green's like a long-term starter where, like, at 33, Jeff Green can still start for the Washington Wizards, but he's only starting for the Washington Wizards.
Fair enough. I think PJ Washington's going to have an interesting game. You know, his three-point improvement's been awesome. I just don't know if that's going to be a long-term thing for him, especially like if he's small and going to play the 3, or if he's going to be playing the 4 out there. He's got the tools physically to do it, 100%. He's got great wingspan, good size. It's just I'm concerned about fit for him a lot.
Let's move to the next one. Bol, long-term starter, hit or miss?
Hit.
Miss.
I mean, 100%. This kid's uber talented.
He's uber talented, but the dude is 208 pounds. Yeah. Like, if I added 30 more pounds, I'd be as fucking big as him. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, I think I could push this guy around because I'm up to his, like, his hips, but he has no center of gravity, so I think I could just push him over with my 175-pound ass. Like, come on. There's no way he's going to be able to stay healthy.
Preview of our next segment.
Miss.
You're not getting me off that hill.
Nicky Alexander-Walker, Elite 2. You're not getting me off this hill. He's literally... We're going to debate on whose hill is higher. Nicky Alexander-Walker, Elite 2A player.
I've got him as a miss here. He's going to be very good. I think Elite is a stretch offensively for him. I think defensively he's got the tool set, which is funny because a lot of people see it the other way around, but... Me personally, I think that defensively he's got the tool set. Offensively, I'm not sure what he's going to be able to put together if he's working off ball, if he's working on ball, what his primary role is going to be. He's going to dictate a lot of that. But elite, I mean, like Drew Holiday, we're talking elite two-way player.
Yeah. Maybe I put this up too high.
Yeah, that's why I
kind of screwed
really
up.
Good two-way player.
My thing was more like. I think of him, like, what I was going to say is I think he's going to be a miss because if you look at the guy that I was thinking of was Marcus Smart.
Oh, okay.
If we look at Marcus Smart is an elite defender, but he's not that good offensively. And I think that Nicky Alexander-Walker might be good offensively and might be good defensively, but he's not going to be elite like Marcus Smart is defensively. I think he's just going to be good. I don't think he's going to be a guy that really stands off and out of the page. I think, he could have a very similar career to, when you start a sentence and you're like, man, I'm going to have a really good comparison, and then you just totally
drop
flies,
it. Yeah.
It flies out the window.
Yep.
You want to bail me out?
No. I want to pile on a little bit because you know what's funny about Marcus Smart? He's actually getting better offensively.
No, Ricky Rubio's. No, yeah, like a Ricky Rubio. Ricky Rubio's not that good offensively. He's a great passer, but he's got a really good skill, a really great skill offensively. He's a good defender, but he's not elite. So I would say like a Ricky Rubio, just a bigger Ricky Rubio.
All right,
and not as good as a passer. That's what I'm saying. I put him at a bench guard, but he's not going to be elite.
All right, I mean that's solid then. I would agree to those terms.
That was the first name that came to my mind.
I don't know.
Like a Sean Livingston. Is Sean Livingston elite? Fuck no, but he's good.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Pretty good. Marcus Smart though actually got better. I mean, that 3-point shot's coming along. 36% this year. I'm just saying.
He's got 2 elite skills. Or 2 good skills. He could shoot the 3 and defend like a motherfucker.
Fair enough. So Nasir Little then.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go more on Nasir.
I literally just want to move on. I am done with NAW.
What, was that bad?
No, I just think it's funny that I want to leave on the note of you leaving it as Ricky Rubio.
Fuck. All right, whatever. Nasir Little, long-term starter, like PJ Washington or Bobo.
It's really hard to see this right now. If you squint your eyes real hard, you can see an NBA elite starter right there long-term. But
if I put elite defender, would you put hit?
No.
What would say hit for you? Because I have him as a miss too. I think this
average NBA career, which if you look up the average career, only a couple years in the league. So average, not so hard to hit. Especially coming off that rookie contract, somebody else will take a swing at you. Yeah. You got good size. You're just, you haven't shown us enough to make me say yeah, you're going to be a long-term starter here. Sorry.
Right.
I've seen prospects like you.
Next one, Kevin Porter Jr., offensive supernova. Hit or
Dude,
miss.
you used the term. I could not drop a hit on Kevin Porter Jr. being the offensive supernova. Terrence Ross is the official holder of the title right now. But I will allow it to be bestowed upon Kevin Porter Jr. in this scenario because he could be insanely gifted offensively. I mean, again, my default line, if you've never watched Kevin Porter Jr. play before, if you look at his highlights, he could be James Harden-esque. If you watch the whole game, you're like, where'd that guy go? Because like he was doing amazing things, and then he just disappeared after 5 minutes, and I don't understand why. And it's USC and their love of Benny Boatwright, and I don't understand it offensively what the fuck they were doing. Point being, he could be really gifted offensively. He's got he's got good handles, step back move. He's got a great offensive IQ. So I'm gonna go with hit.
I'm going miss just because I don't think he can be on the floor. I'm concerned that he's not going to be that great defensively. I don't think he's going to be consistent enough to get minutes. I think that's going to be the killer for him. Is he extremely talented?
He's got the
he's
size,
got everything
the length,
that you want except a good-looking shot and consistency. And that's the thing that kills NBA careers. He looks like an NBA player, but he doesn't play like one. And that's a fucking problem for an NBA player. Like, plain and simple. Just because Chris Dunn looks like an NBA point guard doesn't mean he is an NBA point guard.
But he was so good at Providence year over year over year.
Because he was like 90 playing against, he was like Uncle Drew out there.
So was Malcolm Brogdon. And Malcolm Brogdon's a really good basketball player.
I guess. All right, next one. Brandon Clark, defensive monster, hit or miss?
I'm going hit. Like the kid has a knack. It is born. It is him. There's nothing like I know he tries really hard.
Here's the thing: I think it's a hit too.
But it's like natural. It looks natural at times.
Is he more like Mitchell Robinson defensive monster or like Rocco defensive monster or like Marcus Smart? Like which vein is he? Is he like elite of his position like Marcus Smart? Is he just blocking the shit out of everything like Mitchell Robinson, or is he just a well-rounded defender like Rocco?
I feel like
maybe some people a la Jake are going to be upset that I'm not putting Rocco in the fucking Marcus Smart category, but
Rocco plays great team defense, individual one-on-one. I give the tip of the hat to Marcus Smart, and I think that's closer to what Brandon Clark will be. I think one-on-one defender, he puts the clamps on people. Like, it is awesome to watch. He also can help out. His help defense is pretty quality too. So
yeah, that's why I think he's Rocco, or more like Rocco.
He has it, but because I think one-on-one, he is in a different league, man. That's my thing. But the question is one-on-one, who's he guarding in the NBA? I don't know.
Players at Rocco. As John would say, he's 6'8". You are who you defend. I think he's defending threes.
Okay.
Let's move to the next one. Rui Hachimura. I put Diet Giannis for Ricky.
I can't.
Sorry, Rui Hachimura.
You got to really sell it. Ha-cha-cha-cha.
I don't want to do it. It's a stupid.
He's a leprechaun. You got to ha-cha-cha-cha.
It's a stupid fucking bit. Diet Giannis, hit or miss?
I'm going miss. I like his game, but comparing him to someone who's literally so unique in Giannis' skill set, no, I can't do it.
Well, here's the thing: 240 calories in a 12-ounce diet in 12-ounce Pepsi. You know how many it is in a Diet Pepsi?
How many?
0. So he could be a Diet Giannis just being horrible. Next one, KZ Okpala.
You're really selling me on this.
KZ Okpala, Diet Giannis 2, hit or miss?
Also miss.
I put hit because I think that he's gonna be Diet in the fact that he can't shoot. And I think he's going to be similar to Giannis in that fashion.
It's funny because he has a broken shot, but he actually made a decent percentage of them.
Yeah,
low volume, but
also catch and shoot.
Yep.
I think too, he's going to be like Diet Giannis in the fact that long, lanky boy, can play defense, can dish the ball out. I don't think he's going to be like a 27-point scorer. I think he can average like 10 points a game. I think he's more like Evan Turner, and Evan Turner is definitely not like Diet Giannis, but he's bigger than Evan Turner.
I mean, what's the difference then between Rui and KZ? Is it just the age at that point? Because like size-wise, they're similar. I know Rui's got a little more size on him, but
KZ Okpala's got a better handle. I think that I can see him more as a facilitator, and I think that he's more confident with the basketball, where Rui Hachimura still seems like he's a deer in headlights.
Okay. The facilitator I've got questions about. That's my big thing, because everybody says he should be, but he is not, and he was not a great facilitator in college for the majority of those games. So.
I'm not saying Giannis was only dropping 5 assists?
Yeah, only 5.
Yeah. So that's the thing is, I think that, if KZ can come in and, do what Diet Giannis would do and get 10, 7, and 3, that's a hit. I think that's a hit in my mind. When I think Diet Giannis too.
I'll allow it, man.
Like a bench Giannis. Jackson Hayes, top 10 center. Hit or miss?
I'm going to say hit on this one, surprisingly. This is weird for me because we talked about this earlier and, like, what's the center going to be? And, I mentioned phasing out, old school centers, but, I still think that Jackson Hayes defensively is scary as all get out. And if he figures out the other half of that ball, he's so young. There's uber potential.
There's definitely the mold for him to do it. I mean, we just talked about the top 10 centers. Rim running centers who play defense are all in there, and that's what Jackson Hayes could develop into. I put miss just because I'm iffy on it. I don't know if he's going to develop into his body, and I don't know if he's going to maintain that defensive ability. I think that maybe he had a really good season, but also didn't play that many minutes, and the fact that he was blocking that many shots and wasn't in foul trouble that much, like I think that might change a little bit. I'm iffy on his true defensive potential. And another thing too is I think he's pretty small. And if we're comparing Texas centers like Jared Allen plays very big and has been able to carry over that defense. I don't know if Jackson Hayes has that yet. I'm a little bit worried about his size. Let's move to the next one. Grant Williams. I don't know why Ricky picked him here. Elite role player. Hit or miss?
He literally picked him because he saw I had like my own big boards for each team.
Well, then why'd you have him so high?
Because I think he could be.
He's a good fit in Utah.
I actually have him on the Celtics, but as a replacement power forward on the bench because he can pass out a low post and he's smart and he is older and it's a direct fit. But in my mind, I think that at the end of the day, elite role player, no. I think a pretty good to he's going to be a seventh man. Is that okay? Like, you said Sean Livingston. And I think Sean Livingston is more of a 6-man. I think the drop between 6 to 7 or 7 to 8, somewhere in that range. Like, yeah, he's not gonna be the first guy off the bench, but he's a solid player. And I don't know that his shot needs so much help. If he can get his shot down from distance, money. Yeah, absolutely earns his way in. And he's been getting better, but he lives at the stripe. He's undersized. And I don't know if he's going to be able to get those opportunities at the NBA level. And he won't be able to pull the same shit he's pulling on 18-year-old kids as well.
Yeah, I'm too worried about his size to put him as a hit. I don't think he's going to be able to do what he was able to do in Tennessee. And I think the fact that he was so smart really helped him against...
And surrounded by really great talent.
Yeah, I think that's the thing is being in against NBA-sized guys who know their craft so well and... You're going to be on a worse team. You're not going to have that same camaraderie, and you're not going to be one of the leaders out there. Maybe he could develop into one of the leaders. I won't put that past him, but I'm going to say miss because I think there's too much stacked against him to be that. Maybe he could be a bench guy for a couple of years, but I don't think he's going to last too long. Naz Reid, elite bench scorer, hit or miss?
Miss.
What is his projection? Because clearly I have hit for him. This guy's going to put up 15 points per game off the bench.
So you've got him as like Enes Kanter-esque, but with a distance?
I have him as 3-time 6-man of the year.
Oh, shit.
I'm kidding. Not. I have him as 4-time 6-man of the year.
Yeah,
but
just 4. Okay.
I think he's going to be a stud. I think you put him out there for 20 minutes, you give him the ball on, 10 possessions, and he puts up a ton of points.
That's a lot.
It is.
That's a big commitment, Sean.
Well, then when I thought of 15 points, I was like, that's a lot of fucking shots. And he's not going to make all of them. So
Nope, he's not. No, I think that...
Still a hit.
I think he's a bench player. I think he can score some points. I think he can stretch things out. No, not elite bench scorer. He's not in the Lou Will category. Sorry.
All right. Lucas Samanic, elite role player. Elite role player. Hit or miss?
I'm going hit. The dude, I hate it. He's got the basics. He's a good slasher. Finishes all right at the rim. The outside shot needs some work, but at the same time, I'm not terrified of it. He played really well in 5-on-5.
The amount that I saw from his outside shot, I liked.
Yeah.
Like for a guy that can build it.
Yep.
Like I'm not too like what you said. I'm not scared of it, which means I like it.
And he's got good size and he's pretty athletic. So all of those things combined, yeah, you can be an elite role player or elite rotation player.
Yeah, I think he could be 8th guy, off the or 3rd guy.
Yeah,
off the bench.
like we watched. Rodions came over and like instantly. He didn't hit the ground running, but it was like, dude, you give him minutes, you saw results. Give him more minutes, you saw better results. I was like, oh shit, we might be on something here. Like I think that Luka might be in a similar category.
Talon Horton-Tucker, defensive star, a la Marcus Smart, hit or miss?
I'm hit on him, and I see you are hit on him as well, Sean. Are you coming around on Talon?
I mean,
THT. Give me some of that.
I mean, here's the thing. The dude has a 7'2" and a fifth wingspan. Or a half wingspan at 6'4", 6'2", something like that.
Yeah.
Like, and he's pretty athletic.
Yeah.
And I think that he's going to bring down some of that weight.
When he gets into proper conditioning, yep.
I think it's all there.
He's got PJ Tucker upside, man. Who doesn't love PJ Tucker?
Well, and I think the biggest thing is if he keeps off that weight, he can be an elite defensive player.
Oh, yeah.
Where PJ Tucker is a very good defensive player because he can guard 1 through 5.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's elite. Where I think talent, if he can become, mold that NBA body, he can definitely be a defensive star.
Yeah.
Chuma Okeke, elite role player, hit or miss?
I'm weirdly, I was in love with him, just at the peak of the tourney.
Yeah.
And then he got injured, and I'm still in love with him now. I'm not uber concerned about the injury itself. Yeah, I'm in on him. He's catch and shoot threes. He can be 3 or 4. I'm good with him.
Torn ACL, yikes, miss. That's just hedging my bet.
Fair enough.
Like if he hits, congrats.
No,
on him.
I mean,
I just
that's fine.
Yikes for me, red flag. Kelton Johnson, elite role player, hit or miss?
I'm going miss. He's got all the tools to be one.
See, that's the thing is he's got all the tools. It's an easy hit. He can play defense. He puts in a lot of effort, both
really
defensively and offensively. I think if he puts that effort into a work ethic and builds up his skills and just becomes more of an elite shooter from the outside, and just is able to be a 3-and-D player. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, he's a hit for an elite role player.
I just don't see it. I don't know. There's something. I've fallen out of love with him. He was as high as 12 for us at times. I mean, 10.
10.
Shit.
Lakers.
Yeah. I don't know. I've fallen out of love with his game. I have fears. I don't think he's going to be in the league for 10 years. There's a lot of concerns.
Mm-hmm. Dylan Windler, elite long-term shooter.
Miss.
He's not a first-round prospect. Ricky made this pick, right?
He did.
Yeah, miss.
Who else?
Love you, Ricky.
It's just I understand why. He was a very good college player, but I think that's what he is a very good college player.
Yeah. I mean, coming out of Belmont, it's not that great of, it's not a powerhouse or anything like that. It's nothing that really eye-popping to me. Daniel Gafford, long-term starter.
Miss.
Why? Because I think it's a hit. I think if we're talking center position, long-term starter, like 10 years, I could totally see him being like, like 20th best, center in the league.
Just but like 4
grabbing boards, catching
4 starters
lobs.
come in the league every year, and at the rate that they roll through them and their longevity of careers, like I just long term anything for a center is hard to say.
I think he's better I think he's like a quicker Ed Davis. Ed Davis has been in the league for fucking forever.
He has been. He's such a good rebounder though. Bruno's a better rebounder than Daniel Gafford is.
Yeah, but I think that Gafford's more athletic. I think he's a better offensive player.
Maybe. I'm not feeling long-term starter.
Last one, Cam Johnson, elite rotation player. I'm surprised by your pick here.
Yeah, fuck it. Like the dude can shoot threes and he is a wing. How do you not get elite rotation player? The volume he shot at I'm just saying, when you can shoot that many threes from that high of volume, everything checks the boxes. You've been consistent. You've been one of the better players in college. I don't know. I'm in on it. I think he's got talent, and I think that, yes, everybody's got him mocked so late in the draft or, late first or the second. That's because he already is who he is. It is the curse of being an older player in college.
So you're saying he's in competition for the Malcolm Brogdon Award?
I'm saying he could be, yeah.
All right. I'm saying miss just because although he could be a good three-point shooter, I don't think he's going to get enough minutes because I think he probably can get played off the floor defensively. So we'll see.
All right.
But let us know your hits and misses for all 30 of the players that we talked about. Again, this is based off of our live mock draft that we did on twitch.tv. It is on our YouTube channel, so definitely go check that out. If you haven't already, search the Fast Break mock draft with trades and check that out. Dave, Ricky, and I did that. But let's move into the final topic, and that is hills we are willing to die on. And it's more hills Sean are willing to die on because Dave was like, yeah, your takes are good enough and I could be contrarian.
Fire. But can we at least give the account to, we did forget Romeo Langford. There was a copy pasting error.
Yeah, no, it wasn't copy pasting. I was working off my phone because I came straight from work, was not able to get my laptop.
Yeah.
I thought I had all of them on it and then literally finished the segment. And I was like, did I put Romeo Langford on there? And we did not. So Romeo Langford, long-term starter, I'll say hit.
I think he's going to hit as well.
Right,
he's got a good skill set, good shooter.
So if you missed it, now you got a bonus one.
Bonus.
But here's the hills that I'm willing to die on. All right. I thought of this. Jake and I were having a discussion, and I was like, "That's a great fucking topic. We're gonna do it. I'm gonna take it." And here's the hills that I'm willing to die on.
Start with one. I want to jump into it one at a time.
All right.
I want you to give the whole list. I want to digest one by one.
Let's start off hot.
All right.
Because I know we disagree on this one.
Yep.
And I know that there's going to be a battle. And I know other people out there disagree with me. Bol Bol is too weak to play in the NBA and will be out of the league in 5 years.
It's so wrong. You're so incredibly wrong. There's too weak. Are you kidding me? Like the current NBA is getting softer and softer. We're catering around.
At your heaviest, how big were you?
219, 220, which is bigger than Bol Bol now.
12 pounds bigger than Bol Bol.
I was a bit of a tubser.
12 pounds bigger than Bol Bol.
Yeah,
You're probably faster than Bol Bol.
I don't know. Maybe.
So,
I don't know, to my own horn, but
and yeah, maybe you're
know.
not 7'2".
Yeah, that might be a minor
7'3",
difference.
like he
like
is.
1 step for him is like 3 for me.
Yeah, but here's the thing that it boils down to is when you're going up against guys who are that big, that are 7 feet tall and not 208 pounds, are like 250 pounds, and are going to kill you because that's their job, a la Joel Embiid. You will get your head ripped off your damn body. And this kid's so damn weak, so damn thin, that he's going to get shredded to pieces by real NBA players.
Just go look at Joel Embiid when he got drafted. That man doesn't exist anymore because he put on mass.
Yeah, and also go look at Manut's dad. How much
you
look like
you mean Manute?
Yeah, go look at Bol Bol's dad. How much do you look like your dad, Dave?
Like 50% probably.
Yeah, I look pretty close to my dad. We got the same fucking beer gut, and I don't even drink beer. My grandpa has the same beer gut as me, and I don't even drink beer. So here's the thing, is genetics fucking matter, people. Just because Shaq gave him the sign of approval that this kid's gonna be good doesn't mean Shaq's the fucking doctor of genetics, all right? Bol Bol's dad was fucking force-fed and forced to bench press a ton of weight to build up any resemblance of muscle.
Yeah.
And he was not able to do so. And you look at Bol Bol, and it's not all muscle.
It's not.
He was coming in a little chunky. The body fat percentages. So
He hasn't had the ability to work out. He had an injury.
I'm not buying it. He doesn't look any different than he did in college.
Oh my God, he definitely does.
No.
I think you're seeing what you want to see, Sean, because this kid has such a great skill set. Offensively, we've never seen a 7-footer with the touch that he has. He is pulling it from the outside and catapulting that shit in. It is at an incredible rate at that. Just a reminder, shooting 54%, I think 52% in college. I know limited stretch, so those numbers are skewed, and over the season, I think it would have probably balanced out to somewhere around 43%. Even if you slash 10% off that, it's incredible for his size. He's got such a great touch. I don't have the same concerns with you because I don't know how often he's going to be in that position because those big fat centers get run off the floor. Because when it comes time for the playoffs...
What, we think that this kid's going to have an endless tank? This kid's going to have an endless tank that he can just run up and down the floor?
He's got pretty good speed for a 7-footer.
I'm saying a tank. I don't think this kid's going to be extremely fit to be playing a ton of minutes out on the floor. We talked about this kid possibly being a guy that only plays 20 minutes right away as a guy who gets spelled a ton.
You said that.
Do you think he's going to be able to play 30 minutes a game?
I think he could play over 20 minutes a game. I don't know, between 20 and 30, but again, I think that we're going to a more player-centered NBA where guys aren't going to play 82 games anymore. I think players aren't going to be expected to play as many minutes anymore. Like we've already seen the minutes drop. We're now seeing the start of player, health DNPs. I think the game is getting catered more around these guys making sure they're in peak condition when they are playing and not wearing out their bodies for the 82 regular season games. So if we get 60 plus games out of him during the regular season and 25 minutes a game out of him, I am all in on that. 100%.
Here's the thing. His body could not handle 29.7 minutes in 9 games against college competition. I don't see
it was a freak injury. Like it's not even like a...
Okay, but you know what's not freak? When you're actually playing real basketball against NBA players 60 times in a year.
Sean.
Freak things will happen in the NBA. Freak things already happen. But physicality also happens in the NBA. And that's going to bang up his body. It's going to bruise up his body. And he's going to be out of the league.
He's talented. Able to be healthy up to this point in his career as a 7. Like, he's been going
up against high schoolers, Dave. He's been the biggest kid he's known since fucking 4th grade.
But it's not like big guys are immune to injuries just because they're playing smaller guys. Look at every big's career in the NBA. And not every, but like look at a lot of them. They have had injuries over time, starting off since they were kids. Harry Giles, someone who is the big injury fucking red mark flag guy forever, but like If you go back, Greg Oden, injuries before college.
He had the wrong side's legs.
No, but that did not help him at all.
That's genetics again.
I'm just
and that's
saying.
what I think's playing into Bol Bol is genetics. I think the kid's got bad genetics. He's got great talent. He's got bad genetics.
Usually bigs get hurt before college. One injury in college, sure, whatever. I'm not uber concerned about that. If it was a history of injuries, sure, I've got my red flags. I would stay away. But this class especially, why not? We just went through the hit and misses, and we tried to slap some reality back down to life because as much as we want to be excited for this class, this is not the class of a year ago. This is not the uber studs coming out and dropping Trae Young stupid numbers, Luka stupid numbers. Like there's that talent. There might be 3 guys in this class who are in the same category as that. So that's why I'm like, when you're looking at where these guys could be, Bol Bol 100% deserves the respect.
I just feel that the kid's extremely talented, without a doubt.
If you're going to put
I'm not going to
Darius Garland that high.
Darius Garland plays guard. He's not going to be playing that much physical of games as Bol Bol will be playing.
If
that's the thing that it comes down to.
He drives in the paint, he's going to get bodied. Bol Bol backing people down. It's different levels of contact, different speeds of contact.
Bol Bol's going to be going up against guys who are much bigger and much stronger.
Not taller, but bigger. Yeah.
Bigger, stronger, and stronger by a lot.
We don't know that.
Every NBA center is stronger than him. That is just a fact.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No. You can't. How is it a fact? We've not seen them work out. We've not seen them bench press.
Okay, maybe Bol Bol has this weird strength that he can lift a fucking truck. But I feel like this is just putting a kid who's not vaccinated in Clark County.
Jesus Christ.
You know what you're just asking for? That kid to get the fucking measles.
You're so wrong. You're so very wrong. And I can't wait until Bol Bol plays and you're just like, now I just have to wait till he gets injured to be right. Because at the first sign of like, oh, he's got a cough. Well, I was right. Bol Bol's hurt. Bol Bol's out.
I'm not going to do that. I've said every fucking time that we talk about Bol Bol, he is extremely talented.
Yep.
So if he goes out there in his first 10 games and puts up, 20 points and averages 20 points, I'm not going to be shocked. Just going to wait. I'll wait 5 years. I'll be right.
Oh my God.
I'm not going to say at the first injury he has, I'm not going to be like, oh, see, I told you.
I look at this class
we're
and
looking 5 years, and he's not going to be that much bigger. He's not going to be that much stronger, and he's not going to be healthy. And he's not going to. You're not going to see. You're going to look at those games. You're going to look at that basketball reference page, and you're going to look at the G's, and it's going to be like, oh wow, he played 60. Oh wow, he played 50. Oh, he played 40. Oh boy, he played 18. Oh boy, he played 28. Oh boy, it says he's out of the league.
I don't.
Oh jeez.
There are guys in this class with way bigger injury concerns. Number one being Zion Williamson.
Zion's never gotten hurt. The biggest problem that he has is landing. If he learns how to land, I don't have those injury concerns. I have concerns about Bol Bol because his body ain't
Chicago.
good.
Derrick Rose never learned to land.
Okay, it took him what, 5 years?
Exploding knees.
It took him 5 years?
To what?
To get injured?
Yeah.
Derrick Rose?
About
5 years, right?
Officially, yeah.
What was it when he got injured?
I honestly can't remember.
He got drafted in 2008.
Date.
So what? He got injured around 2012?
Yeah.
So
a couple years in. I'm just saying. There are guys who are more injury concerned to me.
I disagree. Once you have that big injury for a big man, which is inevitably
that's not even a big injury. Like if it was his spine, if it was his foot.
Once a big injury comes, it's all downhill from there.
Yep.
And I think that it's going to happen much sooner in his NBA career. Let me finish. Not everything's bad. It's a one fucking foot injury. I'm not saying this is the reason. I'm not saying his 1 foot injury in Oregon is the reason he's busting. I'm saying because he's 208 fucking pounds and doesn't have the genetic makeup to add weight.
So had he played a whole season at Oregon without getting hurt, I would still
have these concerns.
You would still be
seeing 208 is the biggest concern to me. Not seeing
if
the
he was
9
220
games.
Because he was 220 or 225 because that was his supposed playing weight.
235 pounds was what he was listed at Oregon. If he came in around 220 to 230, would have been fine.
Really? I mean that just gets me so.
208 pounds.
He couldn't work out.
He hurt his foot. You can still lift weights when you hurt your foot. Lay down on a bench press. It's not that hard. You're in a boot. Like, you can't do cardio, but you can still eat. The kid could have gotten fat and I would have been happy. He can't get fat. He can't add weight. He is a small guy. He's 7'3". It's weird saying that, but he's smaller than you at your heaviest weight, Dave.
Yeah. Thank God I'm not that weight anymore, by the way.
He's fucking smaller than Ricky Widmer.
Yes, he is. So are a lot of people.
Let's go to the next hill. Cam Reddish college production matters. I think you're in agreement with this one. Don't be too much of a contrarian. It matters. I'm like the fact that people are like, oh, look at the fucking gym tape he has. Look at this gym tape.
The best thing.
Look at him dunk. Look at him drive in the lane and nobody.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Kid couldn't do anything at Duke.
He could do some things at Duke. I do agree, though. I mean, had he just completely skipped college, this kid probably would have been, way high. The stupid thing is we're talking about him still going top 5. Mm-hmm. And we're talking about one of the worst volume shooting percentages in college. So it doesn't even make sense to me. Can you hurt his draft stock? He's invincible. He's fucking invincible.
He's untouchable.
Yeah. It's Three Stooges syndrome from Simpsons. He's so bad. What? All the bad can't fit through the doorway. And so you're just like, well, he's got a great body. He's a great athlete. And he plays good defense. His shooting stroke doesn't look terrible. It just doesn't go in often enough. Maybe there's something that we can make him better for.
And here's the biggest thing that it's just like you can be talked into a fit.
Yeah,
I'm talking so much to Cleveland, and if he goes to Cleveland, oh my God, am I gonna be on the fucking Cam Reddish? Be like,
oh, absolutely.
This is the place. This is how he turns it around.
It's gonna be a steal.
But if he goes anywhere else, I'm gonna be like, this kid's gonna blow chunks. I'm concerned about it, and if he does not produce, I'm just gonna be like, see, every bad college player is gonna be bad in the NBA. And I'm not gonna be. I'm just immediately gonna write off every single player, and it's gonna be the Cam Reddish rule. If it's we're gonna make it law on the podcast that if Cam Reddish is a bad pro, we will make the Cam Reddish rule. And if you're a bad pro shooting way under what you should be, you are going to be a bad college player. You're just gonna be a bad pro. It's plain and simple.
It's hard to argue because in recent history there hasn't been anyone who has comparable stats who's been able to flip it around as much and succeed at a high level like a top 5 talent would be expected to do. I think the lack of precedence really hurts the case here, but we all saw what he did in high school. We all saw what he did in those shining moments at tourneys and then again at college. He has talent. You just want to shake him. It's like, come on, man, it's in there. It's not like it's not Andrew Wiggins level of like, where's your effort gone?
Yeah.
Because Andrew Wiggins is so athletically gifted, and everybody's thing is like, man, that guy doesn't seem to work for shit.
I think it's more like Ben McLemore, where it's like
we've heard that
you see the body, you see the
pretty
potential,
shot.
Everything should have been there. It's just, guess what? Plain and simple, he wasn't good at basketball.
Yeah,
he just didn't have it.
Yep.
And to be a great NBA basketball player, you need to have it.
Yep.
You know what? Some people don't have it. Michael Jordan once got cut from his sophomore high school team, but he had it and made it. And now he's the greatest
player. Maybe that's how he got
it. Maybe someone needs to cut.
Maybe someone needs to disrespect Cam Reddish. What if Cam fell in the draft to like 12 or some shit? Ooh. That'd be wild, right?
Ooh, yeah. Ooh.
And then you get the redemption arc of like the revenge story.
Dave, I love it. Here it is. Guess what? Guess who I just name dropped too?
All right.
Guess who I just name dropped?
Who?
Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Guess who's picking 12?
Who?
Michael Jordan's fucking team.
Oh my God. Didn't even know that.
Ghost.
Blowing my mind.
All right, let's move to the next one. People are like, Jesus Christ, these kids are fucking dorks.
Basketball's so good.
We've been at work for 12 hours, sorry. Next one, Naz Reid is the fucking GOAT. We already had this debate.
A smidge of a debate.
Pretty much what I'm saying is the fact that people are saying that this kid's a second-round talent, those people do not know what talent is. Yes, his motor isn't great. He's not going to be a great two-way player. He's not going to be a dynamic player on the defensive end, and he might take plays off. But when he's taking plays on the offensive end, oh, it's buttery. Oh my God. And he's talking about he's modeled his game after Kevin Durant and Anthony Davis. And I'm like, yes, you have. You're a beautiful, beautiful 7-foot fat boy center.
If you squint your eyes hard enough, can you see Kevin Durant and Anthony Davis?
Porty boy, That's what I look with him. I say, ooh, he's a porty boy. And
talking about people showing up in the wrong shape to the combine. Like, what about him?
But here's the thing. Is he's too big. You can always what's they always saying? I'd rather be too hot because I could always take stuff off, Dave. Right? Naz Reid
somehow
just
that
got to
works.
take some stuff off. That's all I'm saying.
The lack of work ethic fucking kills me. Like, how do you get guys with no motor? Hey. Guys with the motor go in the draft. You know why? Because they're going to put in the work. Guys without a motor, very hard to make the convincing case that, yeah, he's just a lazy player, but you want to take this guy. Convince the GM of that.
Okay. And you know what you do for people who you love? You make excuses, Dave. I'm going to make a big excuse here from Naz Reid. This is huge conspiracy shit.
Yep.
There's some rumors that Naz Reid took a little bit of money from the bag man, if you know what I'm saying, at LSU.
Oh,
a little Will Wade giving a little money to his players. Oh, it doesn't sound too familiar. Oh, wait, he's under investigation for that.
Oh, no, do they know?
So here's the thing. Maybe Naz Reid got a cool $300K. Maybe we wanted to keep it under the radar. So maybe it didn't work too hard at LSU.
Under the radar by not trying.
Maybe not, don't draw too much attention to him. But guess what, Naz Reid? I got the nose of a fucking dog, and I smell talent. And this kid,
right through.
He's got that talent, and this kid is a first-round talent. And if you're not taking him in the first round, you're a dumbass. And if you get him in the second round, you're a smartass. You guys got a smartass. That's what it breaks down to. This portly boy is a first-round talent, and he's going to make a team very happy as their backup center. If he goes to the Sixers, my God. That's going to be a bad fit because they need a defensive center. But
yeah, I was going to say, like, it's just, no.
If he goes to any team in the second round, fuck.
Fans out there, what are the odds that Naz
Sacramento.
Reid gets less than 20 minutes of playing time a game for his entire career average?
Oh, whoa. Hey, that's slanderous. That is slanderous. He's at least getting 25 for a career average.
Yep, career average.
25.
Talking through his whole prime and everything.
Over her.
But it has to be NBA minutes, not that G League minute shit.
Where
I expect he may have to spend some time.
Over under 21 and a half career minutes for Naz Reid.
I'm going under.
I'll go over. What are we betting?
Wait, like minutes played or average?
Average.
Oh, okay, thank God.
21 and a half minutes for his career average.
I will go under, and I will go happily. We'll have to figure out what we're betting.
You want to bet dinner?
I'll bet, yeah, absolutely.
All right. We're betting dinner.
Yeah.
All right. And guess what? You're going to lose because Naz Reid is a first-round talent in a portly boy body, and he's going to work his ass off, and he's going to be one of the most dominant offensive centers in the league.
He has to play NBA minutes, not G League. I'm just going to, make sure to add that stipulation there.
Just wait until he gets it. And here's the thing. Here's the technicality. He's going to pull a good old Anthony Simmons, play one game for 40 minutes, and I'm going to win this fucking bet, Dave. Shout out Naz Reid. Let's move to the next one. Gogo will be the best big in the draft. Kind of condescending, or kind of, what's it called?
Wrong?
No.
Kind of wrong.
But what's the contradiction? It's a contradiction because I just talked about how much I love Naz Reid, and now I'm like, Gogo's going to be the best bid.
But you put Naz Reid's top end as that guy's going to be a great sixth man for your bench.
Yeah, but he's going to be a great six-man for your bench. We all love Sweet Lou.
We do. What
was Sweet Lou's work ethic coming out of high school?
I don't know.
Shit, I don't know, but it's great now. That guy had 2 fucking girlfriends. That's work.
He has.
That's work.
He's keeping that together, which is more impressive.
So, is he?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
He still has 2 girlfriends?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That picture was like in 2012.
No, you can check it out.
That was when T-Pain was still like
he's still doing
a thing.
Check out the Clippers games recently, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Gogo's going to be the best.
This whole conversation. All right.
Gogo's going to be the best big. If he's not going to be the best big, who's going to win be it?
It's Bol Bol. Come on. My anchor is tied to Bol Bol. He is the best big in this class. If you want to count Zion Williamson as a big, I don't know if I want to allow that. If you want to count... Yeah, no, I don't. He's a wing. Size be damned. He's not tall enough to be a big. He might be fat enough to be a big, but he's not a big. I think that
You're lying. 2018, this is from Complex. Lou Williams talks about breaking up with one of his 2 girlfriends.
But did he replace her with with a new one?
Maybe.
I don't know. I feel like I saw a Clippers game this year with 2 women at the game, but maybe
Could've
that's
been
just
sisters,
TNT
Dave.
playing it up. Goga, you see a lot more in him than I do. I think he has everything it takes to be a good center in the league. I don't think that he's going to be the best in this class, though. I think either Bol Bol comes out and proves to me that he's right and he's awesome, or we get a weird happenstance thing happening where, like, Jackson Hayes grows into his body and actually delivers. Like, it's
When's
just
Bol Bol going to grow into his body?
never. He's already there.
How is he already there?
Because he's already 7'2". How much more do you want him to grow?
Grow into
his body. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have an extra large coat. Doesn't mean I'm grown into it. That's all that kid is. It's just a big kid.
I mean, it took Embiid a couple of years, so 3 years. 3 years from now.
He's like 4 children in a big-ass coat.
He is.
That's bull.
He is. But 3 years from now, he'll have decent muscle on there.
Maybe they'll just replace
I
the kids.
I don't see Goga. He's good. I don't think he's gonna be transcendent. Great. Top of this class.
That's the thing is, I don't think anyone's gonna be transcendent. I think
class, probably not.
Goga's just gonna be the best.
Okay.
I think it's gonna go Goga.
Yep.
Naz Reid. Shout out Naz Reid. Jackson Hayes, Daniel Gafford.
Wow, Sean, you really hate centers.
And then Bobo.
I would put Bruno Fernandez, as Ricky likes to call him, ahead of
Gorga.
Gaff Daddy. And yeah, his boy Gorga Batazde. No, I can't put him there. Sorry.
All right, and final one, Dave. Romeo Langford will be better than Kevin Porter Jr. Both two guards, both looking at him. I end up just looking at the fact that, yes, Romeo might not be a great shooter yet, but he has less problems when it comes to form than Kevin Porter Jr. does. And we saw what he was offensively in high school. People were comparing him to Kobe, and he was great defensively at Indiana. I think that this kid has a lot more to work with. I think that he's coming from a better place to build NBA players in Indiana. I think the world of this kid, and I think that Romeo Langford is going to be better than Kevin Porter Jr. This is probably the least hottest take, but I think this is one that you do definitely disagree with me on.
Funny enough, I don't, but I do want to ask you, is this all propped up on the fact that in the way too early, you had Romeo Langford as your number one?
Yes.
I knew it.
100%.
I knew it. For those of you who don't know, we did a way too early mock about a year, maybe 10, 11 months ago. And Sean had selected Romeo as his number one pick in this year's
before
draft.
I saw Zion play actual basketball.
Yeah,
so.
that's fair. That's fair. We did not, yeah.
And now I think Romeo's probably in my 20s, but...
Yeah, Romeo's right in that
draft.
15 to 20 range.
Yeah. Why do you think Romeo's going to be better than Kevin Porter, then?
Because he's already... You hit it heavy with he's already got a shot, and he tries on defense, and he's got... measurables are fairly similar, but I think that Romeo is a small bit away from being a really good two guard. And I think Kevin Porter Jr., you have to worry about the mental shit. You have to worry about, I know a lot of this is going to come out in the interviews with teams. I hope teams will be able to flesh out like what really went down at USC this year. How come your playing time was stunted? How come, you weren't able to have the ball in your hand, weren't able to work the offense with you? Are you picking a fight with your coach at this point? You pick a fight with your teammates? Like, what was that whole thing behind closed doors? Because we all saw the talents there, but the talent also dropped off the face of the earth at times. So with him, it's just, if you have no consistency, you have bad form on your shot, there's more red flags on Kevin Porter Jr.
Yeah.
And that is why I would agree that at least Romeo Langford, maybe playing an outdated version of the game with his ISO mid-range game, but like, if he can add that three-point shot consistently.
Well, what if he modernizes his game? What do you think his top end is?
Oh, yeah, no, I think...
But what if you think he modernizes his game?
Top
What do you
end?
think his top end could be? Because I have a name, and I wonder what you think about it.
I mean, if he doesn't modernize it, people were confident his top end to DeMar DeRozan. And if he does modernize his shot, like Chris Mid.
Oh, okay.
Because Chris Mid is 6'7", Romeo's 6'6", right? Chris Mid's got a longer wingspan, but I think gameplay-wise, both of them really excel at being... I think that he would excel at being a secondary scorer for a team. I know Indiana, he had to carry it, but yeah, who do you got in mind?
Bradley Beal.
Ugh, why you gotta do that to me? I love Bradley Beal. I don't love Romeo Langford.
I don't know. I think if he modernizes his game...
Yeah,
I think he could be similar players.
Bradley Beal's shot came along over time. Facilitation came along over time.
I don't think he's gonna be as good a shooter as Bradley Beal, but modernizes it.
All right.
I think he could be like Bradley Beal.
That's a high praise, but that is why we're calling
Chris Mid's about to get paid.
Chris Mid is about to get paid, but Bradley Beal's better than him. Sorry.
No, I'm not arguing that.
I'm
just giving my boy Romeo Langford a little more credit than Chris Mid.
Okay. Fair enough, sir. I don't see it, but if that's what's coming through your eyes, this is Sean's hot takes.
Yep, these are my hot takes. Give us your hills that you're going to die on. Are you a big Cam Reddish stan, a la Jake? Are you a big? I mean, who are you? Who can you be a fan of in this draft?
That's the problem. Is the more you dig in the draft, the less you like these players. Sometimes.
Are you a big Rui Hachimura guy?
You could be Ricky and say he is going to be the next, Giannis.
Yeah, are you a big Jalen Leck girl? You know, you a big. Well, I said boy, so I want to include the girls as well.
We have to be inclusive.
So what are you?
Who's your person? Because there's like I weirdly love like Chuma. Like the end of the year, I talked about this in the last segment. Like I fell in love with him, his play style, his ability. I think that he's top 15 talent. I think that had he not been injured, he would have gone late lotto. I think that 10. I wonder about the. We talked about the Timberwolves, and instead of teams mocking Brandon Clark or Rui there, that it could have been Chuma. Honestly, I do.
Yeah.
And that injury, I know it's a big, scary injury for someone as athletic as he is, who depended on that bounce, but I just believe. I've got the unrational belief in him. That's what this is about, though.
Any other guys? I think Bol Bol is unrational.
It is,
belief.
But at the same time, it makes perfect sense. Perfect sense.
Shout out Rudy Gay.
Fucking Rudy Gay, man.
Love Rudy Gay. That's Chuma Okeke.
Fucking Rudy Gay, man.
That's who he is.
Shit.
That'd be awesome.
Not really. But anyways, let us know what you think. I'd die for Rudy Gay. You know,
He's awesome.
I'd die on that hill. Shout out Rudy Gay.
Yep.
But let us know the hills that you die on down in the comments below. Ricky, thankfully, we'll be back to save the podcast next week. But Dave and I had a blast filling in for him on the Primetime Podcast. And if you, for some reason, like this, check out patreon.com/musthaveapodcast. And if you help support us there, then maybe we won't have to do this podcast and help your ears by not having to listen to our mouths.
Nah, it's terrible. They love us. They absolutely love us.
I hope so.
Last hot take, because I love a closing hot take. I heard somebody say that RJ Barrett in 10 years is going to be the best player in this draft class. Let us know what you think about that.
I think here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say. I think it's fair. For Dave Oster, I'm Sean Anderson. We'll see you next week.